everybody. Welcome to another episode of Markets and Matchups. As always, we'll jump into the market wrap before we start to chat footy. Okay, Luke, give us the market wrap. What's been happening?
Tough week in global markets last week. Australia actually held up okay. We were up a few basis points, but the US in particular, Nasdaq led that down about 1.5%. And we've spoken about it before, that market really driven by the AI theme, and in particular this big sort of capex by all these large hyperscalers, Microsoft, Google, Nvidia, spending billions and billions of dollars to build data centers around the world. And there's question marks over how sustainable that is, the returns that they'll get from those investments. And, of course, any sort of negative piece of news can really sort of see those stocks swing back quite quickly. And last week it was another open source Chinese model, coming out and sort of just saying maybe we don't need as much of this build out as what's happening. But nonetheless, Google came out a week later and said we're going to do an extra $20 billion than what we previously said. So definitely ammunition there for both sides of the AI thematic. The bears who are saying, this is looking like a .com where we're building out a lot of infrastructure and don't quite know where it goes. And then the bulls are saying that, as much as they can build, it's quickly being consumed, being used, and these AI models are coming out more and more powerful. So it'll continue to dominate, I think, in the next few months, but very interesting. Yeah,
for sure. Okay, great. And Ryan, any key events this week?
Yeah, well, we continue the US reporting season. On Tuesday, we had Microsoft, Meta, and Procter & Gamble. Wednesday, we had Apple, Amazon, and then it continues on Thursday with Chevron. On Wednesday, we had the US Federal Reserve interest rate decision. And then, Friday, China manufacturing PMI data as well.
Okay, wonderful. Now time to chat footy. Okay, guys. Well, the Warriors lost, the Knights lost, Panthers have won, so things are looking up for us this week. Knights, it was a close game, wasn't it? 1 point?
It was a tough one, yeah. Daly Cherry Evans kicked a field goal to death. But I think what hurt most was the two Dylans, Dylan Lucas and Dylan Brown, both season-ending injuries. So an ACL for Dylan Brown and a compound fracture of his ankle for Dylan Lucas. So that's a tough one for him. He was definitely in career best form. But, footy goes on. We've had some decent replacements come in through the year. Like, both of those guys have been out of the lineup or playing Origin, and people have come in and replaced them well. So we'll see how we can go. But, painful one.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, we won't touch too long on it, but the Warriors lost to the Bulldogs. I thought the Bulldogs played pretty well, actually.
Yeah.
My man of the match, Stephen Crichton, he played very well.
He was awesome.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping the Warriors would win that. Hopefully they're not falling back into their old tricks of losing to the teams they should be beating.
Yeah, for sure. We'll see. There was a few big games this week with the Raiders and the Sharks, big scores. They were great games to watch as well. Any games you are looking forward to next round?
I'm pretty keen for the last game of the round. It's going to be the Tigers versus the Eels. Bottom of the table it's looking like now, but hopefully we get to see some good footy. Hopefully the Tigers can turn things around.
After their loss this weekend.
And it seems like the coach and captain are kind of having a bit of a fallout. So
I did see that.
Hopefully they can pull something together. If they're going to win a game, hopefully it's against the Eels. But we'll see.
We'll see. How about you?
I'll bookend it. I'll say the first round of the game, Cowboys versus Roosters. So we just spoke about the Roosters coming up and beating the Knights by a point. Now they've got to go all the way back up to the Cowboys up there in North Queensland. The Cowboys are a funny team. They can really be hot and cold, but they were very good last week against the Broncos, and I think it'll be a test for the Roosters. And I think we'll see where both of those teams are, in relative to their finals positioning.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to Panthers versus Raiders, especially after Raiders win this weekend. I think it will surely be a good game. Okay, well, thank you guys for watching another episode of Markets and Matchups. We will see you next week for more finance and footy.